welcome to today's vlog. It's VLOGOWEEN. So we are gonna be doing a bake with me today. I'm gonna be making pumpkin stuffed shells. So that's gonna be super yummy. I cannot wait. It's delicious. Some fall recipes that we like to make all the time, and this is definitely one of them. So let's get started. First up, we're gonna boil a pot of water for our jumbo shells. And hopefully you guys are noticing that the lighting is better. I actually did invest in some ring lights. Yay! Got some Nancy Drew on the TV.
Rumor spread that Lucy was sleeping with hilltoppers.
Murder mystery. Alright, our water is just about boiled. It's like right on the cusp there. Ooh, that's hot. I'm using my sleeve to pick this up. Alright, it says to boil uncovered for 14 minutes. So let's get these shells in. Alright, I'm just gonna press them down a little bit. Get in the water! In the water! Perfect. And we'll set our timer. 14 minutes. Start. There we go. Okay, so while our shells are in the pot, I got this beautiful lasagna dish from World Market that I'm just gonna butter the inside so that nothing sticks to it for when we bake. Next up, I'm gonna shred some cheese. We're using Parmesan. Fun fact, we actually watched a documentary about Parmesan cheese, and it says that to get like actual Parmigiano-Reggiano, you have to have this little seal on it right here, and that shows that it's like authentic Parmigiano-Reggiano. I can't even say it now. I'm like saying it too many times and like the word is fake now. So I'm gonna shred some of this yummy parm and get that ready for the next step. So I actually already have a parm open and it's in this beeswax. If you don't have this beeswax wrap, like, I don't know how you're storing cheese, but this is like the best way to do it, I think. You can get it, I got ours from Savannah Bee Company. You can get it at a lot of different stores, and it's just this like beeswax paper, and it keeps your cheese like super great, and it's really, really simple to use, and it's easy to clean, and it's environmentally friendly. Okay, so our shells are ready. I've got our kitchen gizmo. If you don't have one of these, I don't know how you're straining pasta, but you need to get one. So all you do, let me see if I can get it. Here we go. You just clip it to the edges here, like so, and then you can just strain your pasta right from here. A bit and cool down so it's ready to use, because you don't want to use hot pasta. Now that we have our noodles ready, or cooling, they're cooling, we're gonna work on our filling. So first thing we're gonna add is a whole can, I think that's 15 ounces, whole can of pumpkin puree, just regular pumpkin. I'm so excited about this, I love pumpkin. Here, I'm trying to like move this stuff so you can see it better. I'm trying to get better at the filming aspect of all of this, and like the angles and stuff. That's like one of the reasons I did want to do VLOGOWEEN. I've gotten a few questions on if I'm going to do Vlogmas or not. I don't know yet. This has certainly been a lot more work than I was expecting, so we'll see. Alright, get our pumpkin in the bowl here. Smell that. It smells so good. Next up, we've got our shredded parm. We're going to need to shred some more, but for now, it's about a cup of parm, maybe a cup and a half. I mean, you can just kind of eyeball it to whatever you like. Joe and I like it extra cheesy, so we've got a lot of parm in here. Okay, mix this up together. Oh yeah, look at that. Some Parmesan and pumpkin. I'd say that's probably a cup and a quarter of Parmesan. All right, next thing, we're gonna add 2 eggs. For our filling. There's our eggs. Smush those in. Oh yes. Just want to make sure they're really mushed around and mixed in here. Time for some ricotta. I like to use a lot of this, so maybe like, I don't know, what's that, probably a cup to, I'd say 3 cups of ricotta. We're just kind of eyeballing this. You don't have to measure it out. That's probably about 3 good cupfuls of ricotta and an extra for good measure. Because, you know, you can never have enough ricotta. If you do have leftover ricotta, what I like to do with ricotta cheese is use it in scrambled eggs. It makes them so fluffy, like I can't even. They're so good. Like, if you have not had ricotta cheese scrambled eggs in your lifetime yet, you're like severely missing out. Oh yeah, here we go. Alright, then you're gonna add some pumpkin spice. I would say probably like quite a bit. Maybe a couple tablespoons. So you want it to really be pumpkin-y. Garlic mix. I use the Sexy and Sassy garlic mix from the market downtown. It's a local. It's a local spice merchant that is in our market. I'm gonna use half a tablespoon of this. So this is garlic, parsley, cayenne, crushed red oregano, basil, tomato, celery, salt, and onions. That's what's in the Sexy and Sassy garlic. And we're just gonna put that in there. Okay. So we're gonna mix this together. Oh my god, this smells so good. Set that aside. And you're done. And now we are going to shred up some more Parmesan cheese for our sauce, and that's coming next. Okay, so I have quite a large pile of Parmesan shredded now. I'm just gonna set some aside to put on as like garnish, our little fresh Parmesan for after, for once it's cooked. So I'm just gonna put a little bit in a container and set it aside. Okay, so now we have all this extra cheese ready to go. Let's start working on our sauce. We're gonna put a half a cup of butter in. I can't wait to see all the comments I get on this about how unhealthy this is for you. Yes, this is not a healthy recipe. Is stuffed shells healthy to begin with? I don't think so. So you should not be surprised if this is not exactly the healthiest thing to eat. All right, butter's going in. All right, let's thinking about it. Get melty. We're gonna add some garlic. I'm gonna use fresh squeezed garlic. I like to use Spice World squeezy garlic. This is our favorite. And we're gonna put quite a few squeezes in here. If I can get it to the bottom here. There we go. Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So about like 6 or 7 cloves of garlic equivalent. Okay. All right. Just kind of like reduce it a little bit. This butter chopped up here. Bean's coming to investigate what we're doing here. All right, next up, we're gonna add 3 tablespoons of flour. And this I do actually sort of measure out. All right, let's get this stirred in here. You don't want any chunks, so you really want to get that. And for this, I've turned the oven down, or the stovetop down a bit. There we go. And you want to make sure it's all kind of squished down there, because you don't want any chunks in there. All right, so that's reduced down. So now we're going to add some heavy cream. All I could find was heavy whipping cream. I've used this before, so we're gonna use that again. So probably about 3 cups worth, 3.5. You can kind of eyeball it. If you like it extra saucy, you can add more. If not, then add less. Joe and I like a lot of sauce, so particularly me. I like a lot of extra sauce. That is in there. I'm just gonna stir it all together so it's well combined. Let's preheat the oven to 350. Let that get going. All right, now I'm gonna slowly start adding in the cheese. This is probably like 2 cups of Parmesan. Actually, it's probably more than that now that I'm looking at it, but you know, play it by ear. If you like a lot of cheese, add a lot of cheese. If you don't, if you want like a thicker sauce, you could add more flour, you could add more cheese. But we're just gonna kinda slowly add. I would personally rather thicken the sauce with cheese than with like more flour, but that's just me. Like Joe and I prefer cheese. Give it a little bit longer. Okay. So while that's going, we can start to stuff our shells. So we're just gonna pour a little bit of sauce down, just to give your shells a little bed. Like so. Just make sure the bottom's like covered. There we go. I'm gonna turn this down. And now we're gonna stuff our shells. Same thing. Stuff it full. Kind of wrap it around. Stick it in here. Alright guys, once you have your shells all stuffed, I was pretty excited. I only had 2 broken shells of the ones we put on here. We're gonna pour the rest of the cream sauce on top. And there's quite a bit in here. So you can see how it's like really thickened up. And so we're just gonna kind of let it go on the top of all this. Oh my god, it smells so good. Joe, doesn't it smell good? Mm-hmm. Alright, Joe's already helping me clean up. We're going to just use some of the leftover Parmesan that we didn't put in our sauce on the top. Because, you know, we don't have enough cheese in there already. Right, Joe? You never have enough cheese? People are going to be like, holy crap. 7,000 calorie dinner. Alright, we're going to get this in the oven for about 20, 25, 30 minutes, depending on how crispy you like it. I don't really care for it to be very crispy, so we're just gonna put it in for like 20 minutes. Going into the oven. 20 minutes. And start. Alright guys, our timer went off. Our shells are ready to come out of the oven. Oh, would you look at that? Oh, it looks so good. Yum, 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 yum. Look at how good those look. Look how good that looks. Yummy. All right, we're gonna let this sit and cool for a bit, and then we're gonna eat it up for dinner tonight. Joe, are you excited?
Yeah, I'm hungry.
I'm hungry. All right, and we've got our little cheese to add on. Okay, Joe plated our food, put a little extra parm on top, and now I'm going to add a little bit of pumpkin seeds. So, squeeze that a little bit on top. Perfect. Yum, 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 yum. Yum, 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 yum. Alright guys, that's it for today. I'll see you next time. Bye!